We are back. I was here with Madame Catherine Warren, who was talking about the 2025 cultural oneness, right?
Which was their third year.
Third year, right? That's the third edition.
Yes.
Okay, so one of the 2025 cultural oneness festival organizer mentioned from heritage dolls and the loyal doorbells to youth forum, cultural reenactments, right? And creative showcases, culture came alive as a tool for education, unity, and development. So do you agree with him?
I do, because they use the arts to help bring the messaging of oneness. And they use the children, they use the youth in Northern Ghana, from the volunteers to the performances that they did, the reenactments. We weren't able to do as much as the festival tour does for people that come on this tour, because we spent so much time with the chiefs and the kings. However, the parts that we did see, like at the festival, there was a young poet who, you know, who spoke with such passion, but spoke about the uniting of us and what broke us apart and what we must do. And then at the crocodile camp, oh my goodness, Baki, at the crocodile camp, there were children from as young, I want to say, let's say 7, 6, up until like, you know, 18, 19. So these are all children in the arts. And they performed with such passion. It made me almost sad to think about when we watch the movies and people have to play slaves. Like, how? But now these are kids playing slaves. And they didn't play just the slaves. They played the colonizers. I mean, it was brilliant. So to merge the two together, to not only educate the visitors, but in educating themselves, you know, it strengthened the mission. You know, it strengthened the purpose, because everybody was unified in what we were, again, changing the mindset.
That's true. That's the second time you pronounced that one. We really need them to change the mindset, right? Okay, so we have a second video that you're going to show, and then when you come back, we'll comment.
From making earrings, to retail, to designing t-shirts, to producing events, to even becoming a filmmaker, to now producing television. Every version of me a pivot. Because as women, we evolve. Every 7 years, we change, we grow, we see things differently. And when COVID slowed the world down, guess what? I had to slow down too. And when I slowed down, I listened. I heard my children in ways I hadn't before. I saw myself in ways I hadn't also before. And I realized that the work of breaking generational cycles was not done. Because we only know what we are taught from our mothers, our grandmothers, our aunties. We inherit patterns, whether they are healthy or not. And when no one tells the truth about these patterns, we repeat them. That's why I stand in my position as a breeder of...
That's you.
Yes, in Ghana.
In Ghana. And then you love doing this in the United States, and now you brought it in Ghana. So how do you feel? It's like giving back to your motherland, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That was incredible. But again, based on my trip in Ghana, you know, building relationships. Don't just make the one and done, like just go and then you leave, you know. I wanted to nurture. I wanted to be able to, you know, be a part of something. So now that I'm following them online and they're following me online, one of the families that moved from the States to Northern Ghana, one of the sister's name is Queen Mother Sabrina. And so her and I, after the trip, we just started bonding. And she wants to work with young women, and I want to work with young women. So there was a festival, the Empower Her Festival, and it was their 3rd annual summit. And my goal was to go back to Ghana in March, but finances didn't allow it. So they invited me, but they was like, okay, well, just give your speech and we'll just play it. And I was like, okay. And then they were like, well, we're going to do it virtually. And it was like, okay, you know. And it was just an amazing, because it was like, you can't be here in person, but we still we still see value in what you're saying. And we would like you still to present. So not only was I able to present, but now, because of that presentation, I'm mentoring 25 girls in Northern Ghana right now that are showing up literally every Monday online. They have not stopped. They have not dwindled down to 22 or 18. 25 women are showing up every Monday.
With technology, we can do anything we want worldwide. That's very good.
So
and thank you for your service to all those young.
You know, they say that the rent you pay is the service. You know, we are obligated to, as vessels here serving God, you know what I'm saying, to pay it forward. And selfishly, for me to have the kind of life I want, you have to give back. You know what I'm saying? So me giving back is really to benefit myself.
No, I'm telling you, because a lot of people now, when they live in the United States or in Europe or something like that, when they go to Africa, they go to Africa to tourism, just go to the nice places, go stay
and don't get me wrong, I like the nice places in Africa too.
Stay in the hotel, and that's it. Then they come back. Well, you go there, you teach young people, you empower them, and you mentor them now. So
because every relationship I've been in, Senegal, I made a relationship with Sonny Moore, so that has sustained. In Kenya, I made a relationship with an orphanage that I started working with. That has been sustained. And now coming to Ghana, the relationship I'm making in Northern Tamina, which is still Accra, I'm building a relationship there. It's like, don't just go and, like you said, just tour, go and be a part of what's happening. So I love it.
And after Ghana, it's going to be in Togo, because you know that Ghana and Togo, we share the same border. So I'm going to bring you.
Let's make it happen.
We're going to plan it for that. So
I'm an empty nester, so I can fly.
Okay, we also have so many pictures that we're going to show.
Let me see what pictures you chose.
Yeah, you can comment them.
My girls, yes. The girls that I'm mentoring. And these young women start from 16 to 24. So they're seniors in high school and seniors in college. But all of these young women were volunteers at the Empower Her summit, but they were also volunteers at the Cultural Oneness.
That's good.
That was beautiful.
The second picture.
Me with the young women that I traveled with, who was also a volunteer for the Oneness Cultural, and then the two other young women, they are from Accra, and they went and worked on the festival the second year, so they came back to do it the third year.
That's good. Next.
Those were the kids I was telling you about at the crocodile camp. Look at the age range. And like I said, the power in their acting was incredible. I'm telling you, it was masterpiece.
That's good. Next.
At the cemetery.
This one, because I saw the feeling you touching the ground, and I said, what happened here?
That was the last burial place before they were, those that died in the camps and didn't make it onto the ships, didn't make it. Those were the last burial grounds in Northern Ghana before making the trip over.
Got it.
Our revival, they really took the time to invite the press and to involve the press in what was happening. Again, to cultural oneness. So that was when we arrived in Tamale. And it's funny because you think that, you know, you could just go to Ghana and that's it. You have to go to Accra and then take a plane to Tamale.
Next.
Me and my chiefs from Kenya. And you know what I love about this? I'm so glad I didn't wear that dress. What I love about this is that they were royalty, but they were still so humble. We had dinner with them. They were my uncles by the time the week was over. They were no longer chief this, that. They were uncle, what's good? And my young, I'm so glad you showed that was the young team that did the Cultural Oneness video. They were the videography team that I was with, because I was there as a journalist. So that was it. I worked a lot with them, you know, and again, all of them are under the age of 25.
That's good. Next one.
Some of the volunteers at the festival. And you see all young people, you know, but I will say one thing. They were upset that they didn't get real recognition at the festival.
Okay.
And I think that that is something we need to do. We need to stop taking advantage when they do, because young people don't volunteer often. So to volunteer in the heat for no money, just to be a part of something, and then not to get acknowledgement was very disheartening to them. So I want to make sure that we shout them out and thank them for the time and service.
No problem. Next one.
That was us at the school, at the college.
Okay, so with the pictures, we're going to stop for now because our time is
So that's the
running.
Harlem Tourism Board, as well as the chiefs from Kenya at the college that we went to, because that was also part of the festival, talking to the kids.
Okay, so recently you started a workshop on marketing and how to use social media effectively as a business owner or an artist. So what inspired you to create this workshop?
Because I'm a marketing major. I studied that in school. So I'm well aware of how marketing works and how marketing is effective to the growth of one's success in their business. And now that social media is a tool that people use, sometimes they don't understand how to use it. And then because they don't understand, they don't want to use it. You know, they're like, oh, I don't need it, or I don't want it, or it's too much, or it's too crazy. But why? It doesn't have to be. So I wanted to be able to show people how to use it effectively because it's worked for me. I've been in business this year 20 years.
Wow.
And social media, let's say, is the last 10 years, you know, and in the last 10 years, definitely the last 5 years, where we've had to pivot since COVID. If it wasn't for social media, my business would not have lasted.
Yeah, so you posted on you like social media on your Facebook page that marketing isn't just a flyer, logo, or going viral, right? So it's communication with purpose. So can you elaborate?
Just like you said, it's visibility with a purpose. You know, I mean, social media is social. So of course you can be on there to be social, but if you're a business or you're an artist, then you want to use it to tailor that. You don't want to have a business page and it's private. You know what I'm saying? Because that allows an audience to connect with you on a different level. Yes, use it socially, but even use it socially when it comes to your business to show the highlights of what it is that you do.
Okay, so we only have 1 minute. So what's your opinion on why the African community focuses on organized more cultural events than economic,
in a minute,
educational, or political events? So we can go in
I think it's changing. I think it's changing. What the Harlem Tourism Board is doing is not only educating, but bringing tourism with fun. So it's not just the development, or it's not just the fun, but it's also the development. It's also the commitment back to home. So I think it's changing. Not I think, it is changing.
Okay, so your last word.